What is up, everybody? This is Veyron here, and I'm back to give you guys another Top Speed tune. This is gonna be for the Bugatti Veyron. It's gonna be a 278 tune. It's gonna be a pretty weak one though, but you know, I know most of the videos I have that listed on there, but I just did a test on it to figure out what the top speed was because I couldn't remember exactly. This one is not my own personal tune. I'm not giving myself 100% credit whatsoever because the only thing I tweaked on this is the suspension. Everything else I got from a friend of mine. He was actually in they were in the live stream actually. Jaquesta, I believe it was BBM. I'm sorry if I forget the last three, but I know it's Jaquesta. Um, but they gave me the tune and it's faster than what I had. So and it does handle pretty decent though. But I will be tweaking this hopefully, trying to see if I can get a little bit more speed out of it, mainly in the transmission. But suspension right now is pretty good. May have to, I might try to tweak it. It's very debatable honestly. But here's the suspension. The suspension from my knowledge is almost exactly how they sent it to me, but the ride height is a little bit different in the front. Um, Mainly because they were running, I think, um, I can't remember what it is exactly, what the name of it is, but they were running a different metric system. I think they were running on metric instead of inches. So I got as close as I could for it. Um, but I think I know I messed with the front ride height. So the front ride height is a 409, rear's all the way down. Same thing with the natural frequency, but it's kind of a little bit higher. A little bit, about halfway. Actually, no, sorry, about 3/4 of the way on the front. Maxed out on anti-roll bars. And then so you have a 67 on the compression on the front, 58 in the rear, and then 88 for a rebound in the front, and 97 in the rear. Camber 6.0. I do remember when I was testing this myself, the camera didn't do a whole lot that I could tell wise, but for some reason, I think it's the compression and the rebound that gets it to do what it does, to get it up to the higher speeds. But and then you got 0.7 in the rear. The toe angle is out 0.06 in the front and in 0.07 on the rear. Drivetrain is, as I said before, most of the time I really don't mess with it. This one I just put 30 in the front, and then 5 for torque in the front. I honestly can't remember if this is actually part of their tune, but I'm pretty sure it is. But again, I can't remember. So I'm most points I don't really put that much acceleration anyway in the front when it comes to four-wheel drive car, especially with this one, since it's heavy. But here's the transmission. There's no transmission flips whatsoever. All you gotta do is have it at stock, put it to fully customized, put the top speed of 261, take the filing gear to 2.715, which is just a couple of clicks down from what it is stock wise. And the only gear you gotta mess with is 7th, and all you have to do with 7th gear is max it all the way up to the left. Just stretch it out as far as you can, all the way to all the way up to 343. As I said though, I'm gonna try to tweak the suspension not into my own liking exactly, but I'm gonna try to tweak it to where see if I can get it to go a little bit faster. Because I know personally, and I'm pretty sure a decent amount of people know this, but I do know for some reason when I had it running on here, but mainly I saw it was more of a dominant in GT6. It worked very, very well in 6th gear. 5th gear, you could work with it, but more in 6th gear. But once you shifted to 7th gear, it didn't want to gain that much speed whatsoever. Matter of fact, you lost speed if you have the 6th gear roughly around, I won't say it's the same, But if you have the 6th gear going at a pretty decent high speed and you shift to 7th gear, it could stay at that speed, but for like maybe a couple seconds, and it would drop down and continue dropping down for a little longer. So I will be trying to mess with the transmission myself. If I find a new way that actually makes this a little bit faster, hopefully 280, that'd be great. Then I will post an update video for this. But on that, I'll head to the track and show you guys the top speed, just so that you guys know the exact top speed and where. And I always like to show proof. I will say this though, it does not like to. It doesn't have the best handling, should I say? For some reason, for me, it doesn't handle that well. I'm pretty sure for DeQuesta it does handle pretty good, but for some reason it does not want to handle that well in the turn when you go into it. Like once it's in the turn, it can handle pretty decent, but like for some reason it just does not want to hold that well at the beginning. But that's what I said. I might try to tweak with the suspension, but I'm afraid if I do, I might go down to the 274 that I had. Like I had 274, they gave me their tune, and I got 278 with this. And it's a very, I would say, for mine, it's a weak 278. I don't know how fast. Like I remember them saying they got 279, so I probably have like a. I don't think because if they have a 279, if theirs goes 279, I'm pretty confident they just gave me like a minor down tuned version of it. I'm not really sure. If not, they were working to go to 279. And as I said, I'm gonna try to get this to go 280. It'd be great if it can go 280, because if it can go 280, it's up there with the other 3 cars that goes 280 plus. Because it'd be great to see more cars, honestly, other than just for the most part, most people run the Veyron because that's the fastest car out there for street cars. As you can see here, it does not want to. Like you pretty much have to let off the gas a little bit in order to keep it in the turn. But I'm almost going full all the way to the right, almost all the way, just to keep it from going all the way up on top. But if you keep at it, it'll stay in the middle. It's kind of hard to get it down to the very, very bottom, for me at least. But I imagine you could probably get down there pretty far too, if you mess with the gears a little bit, or not gears, the suspension, should I say? Yeah, it'll reach 278. I think, if I remember, just before the tunnel. I'm hoping that I can get, as I said, I'm hoping to get it a little bit faster, but in that case, I'm going to try to get to go do a little bit better in the turn without sacrificing any speed whatsoever. But that's going to be difficult with the Veyron, because I know the Veyron's always been pretty fidgety on suspension mainly. The suspension is, in my mind, the key to this car. I know there's a couple of them that are like a mixture of the suspension and the transmission, but for the most part, to my knowledge, this one wants the suspension. As you see here, it's starting to flicker a little bit. By the time I get to the tunnel, it'll be almost completely 278. As I said, it'll flicker to 277 every once in a while. That's why I said it's a weak 278 tune, but it is a 278 tune. But on that, that'll be the end of the video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. Also subscribe for more videos. I post every Monday night and Thursday night. And I will see you guys in the next one.